What a great joy it is today to come to you, West Oak Grove, by way of YouTube or by way of Facebook. I come today just to encourage you and to strengthen your hands and strengthen your faith in the Lord. I want to tell you this afternoon or this morning, whenever you may be looking, that God sees all of us. God sees everything that is happening in the world. We have to remember that God sees everything at all times. And when it feels like we are alone and we feel like this pandemic is having control over this world, let me remind you that the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. God is in control of everything that happens in his word. It may appear that God is not seen or you cannot see God. But rest assured that even when you cannot see God, God sees you. But it appears that he is unseen or you can't see him or you don't think that he sees you. Let me just remind you, God sees you. And not only does he see you, he cares about what's happening to you. I want to tell you a story now of a father who had a son. His name was Ralph, and they went to Toys R Us to do some Christmas shopping. Somehow his son got away from him. Because where the father was standing, he could tell that the son had not exited the store. But maybe he was among the Christmas crowd and looking among the toys. But he was a bit frantic and afraid because it was his first son and he has lost his son. Maybe he was down the aisles. He paced down the other aisle and he looked down the corridor, but he could not find his son Ralph. And so he found a security guard and asked him, do the store have surveillance? The guard said, yes. He says, does it have a monitor? The gentleman said, yes. And then he said, does it have a camera on it? And the guard said, yes. And he asked the guard, he said, would you just scour the floor with the camera? And there he found his son Ralph playing among the crowd. You could tell he was a bit afraid, but he was finding comfort with the toys. And so the father asked the guard, he said, does it have an intercom system? And the guard said, yes. He said, keep the camera on him and let me have the mic. And he grabbed the mic and he says, Ralph. Ralph looks up because Ralph recognized the voice. He said, Ralph, don't be afraid. It's Daddy. I can see you and you can hear me, but I see you, Ralph. Stay where you are. You may not see me, but I see you. I see that picture right now, even in America today. We may not think God sees us. We may be feeling alone and that this coronavirus has control. But let me remind you, West Oak Grove, and all of those that may be listening, is that God sees you. God sees us in the midst of this pandemic called coronavirus. Just know that he's in control. That all things are under his command. We may not see God in this, but God sees us in the midst of it. I want to read something to you in the book of Psalms. Chapter is 34. And it reads something like this. It says, the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. The face of the Lord is against them that do evil. Cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. Let me remind you that our troubles don't last always. Yes, we know that many are saddened. They've lost loved ones. They've lost friends and relatives. God is still in charge. Somehow, some way, we're going to receive a blessing as a result of all of this tragedy that is in our world. And more than anything, for the people of God, let us keep the faith. And let us always remember that God sees us, although we don't see him. And he has promised to take care of the righteous. God bless you as we come back at another time to encourage you with a word from the Word, the West Oak Grove Church. Hernando.